Thank you. I need a Zoom light in this mode.
Salina. It's a bad baby. Oak Cliff girl. Can't make you change my world. Damn, you're so fine, girl. Oak Cliff girl. Put them heels on and roll.
Welcome to Selena's Couch, where you are welcome to be free to be yourself. So you can lay your head on my couch, on my pillows.
It's all good, we can do whatever we wanna do now. I'm in my bag right now, and I got a feeling, babe, yeah. You're gonna be my number one lover. Spend the night making love to each other. With the lights on top of the covers. Just me and you, babe. And I feel like you're my
Love you to Reese's Pieces.
Get you a word. Nana boo boo.
Hello. Thank you guys for coming to my live stream today. I have a wonderful guest with me who is not only an honorable Judge Tanisa Jeffers, she's also my lovely, beautiful cousin. And she was so busy, and she finally put me in her schedule, and she graced me with her presence, graced us with her presence. So I would love to introduce you guys to the Honorable Judge Tanisa Jeffers. Thank you so much for coming through, cuz.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate the opportunity for the conversation.
Yes, I know you're extremely busy, so let's just get started. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So I graduated from law school 26 years ago. I've been practicing for the last 25 years here in Travis County, down in our state's capital in Austin.
All right.
At the time that I graduated, the discussion around mental illness was starting to really take off. The state of Texas, like a lot of states, it started the deinstitutionalization of our mental health facilities in the late 80s and early 90s. And we discovered in our communities that we needed to find a way to address that. So at the time that I graduated law school, that conversation was just starting to take place. I had almost an immediate interest in representing those with a mental illness. I had some clients that I suspected may have been engaged in and needed some mental health work, as well as some family members. And unfortunately, in the Black and Brown community, we don't often talk about mental illness. And I was aware of it. I was engaged in the movement to silence that shame, and that is what we called it, silencing the shame. Especially in the Black community, we'd be like, Uncle Joe, he crazy. And
yeah, Uncle Joe was crazy.
Yeah, that's all we would say. But
right.
I wanted us to go and get Uncle Joe some help. Let's get Uncle Joe somebody
Joe
to talk
needs help.
to. Yeah, maybe he needs some psychotropic medication. So we're not just sticking him in the back room, right? And we actually talk about those issues within our community. So Travis County became a model court for representing the mentally ill, and I became a part of that. And I focused my practice almost exclusively on representing those with a mental illness. So both on the criminal side and the civil side, all felonies and misdemeanors, and all civil issues, mainly related to family law. Because, of course, the mentally ill have babies at the same rate that those of us who do not have a mental illness do. And they want their kids, but they may come within the system. So that's where my focus began.
Well, you, like me, are an Oak Cliff girl, so you were brought up in the hood, just like me. And tell me a little bit on your journey growing up. Thank you so much for the memberships and the super chats. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you. So
Um,
tell me a little bit about that growing up in Oak Cliff and then all the way up to like you're in Austin, and you're with the big league. So you started out small. So tell us a little bit about you growing up and how you had such a determination to get to where you are today.
well, yes, I'm an Oak Cliff girl, born and raised. Appreciate being from Oakleasy. You could take the Oak Cliff, you could take the girl out of the Oak Cliff, but you can't take the Oak Cliff out the girl. So I believe
Okay.
in the sunny side of South Oak Cliff. I claim it regularly. My parents still live in
Right.
the same home. They've been there for 56 years. Right there in Ledbetter and Marsalis, across from the Moreland Y, which is now called Fort Oak Cliff. That's where it's
Oh,
housed.
for Oak Cliff. Yes,
Yep, right where
indeed.
we live. So yeah, I had two sisters, two older sisters. I'm the baby girl. My older sister graduated from Carter High School. She was part of the first integrated class that graduated from Carter High School in the early 70s. My middle sister graduated from
Mhm.
Skyline, and then I followed my middle sisters to Skyline and also graduated from there. So yes, born and raised in Oak Cliff, we claim it every day.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So when you were growing up and you being the baby, I know you were a little bit of spoiled. You were mama and daddy's baby. What was it about you? Like, what was in you to make you be like, you know what? I want so much better for myself.
Well, my dad and my mom, neither of them had the opportunity to go
Mhm.
to college. They were both from farming families. But my
Mhm.
dad said that if he had had that opportunity, he would have been a lawyer. So both my
Oh,
middle
yeah.
sister and I, in
Uh-huh.
honoring him, both became lawyers. If you remember him, Selena, Uncle JC was a big talker,
Yes,
was
he
always
was.
willing to debate you, right? And
Right,
so
right.
we sort of followed him into that field, and he was proud to have two daughters that became lawyers. Um, like I
That's
said, my
amazing.
practice began representing the mentally ill. That focus on that led to me being named the Travis County Drug Court Defense Attorney from 2014 to 2018. I was appointed to that position because, as you know, oftentimes the mentally ill self-medicate with drugs and alcohol. And then that drug court experience, as well as the mental health experience, led me to being appointed to my first judicial appointment for the Austin Municipal Court in 2018. From there, I became the
Mhm.
night court magistration judge full time here in Travis County. And then I ran for elected judge last year and was successful in this new judicial position as judge of Justice of the Peace Precinct 5. I cover the downtown area. We are the smallest JP in our community, but we are the busiest because we cover the downtown area, the capital, the University of Texas, and so because of that, our jurisdiction includes several different types of cases. But I'm proud to be here and proud to represent our citizens of Travis County in this role.
All right. It's like a little delay. Hello to everybody that came through. If I can't speak to you, please charge it to my head and not my heart. I wanted to ask you, with you being a young Black woman, especially when you were coming up as, you started as an attorney, and now you're a judge. But what were some of the obstacles that you endured getting to where you are today?
Sure. Well, I'm going to say that for a lot of the Black and Brown, we aren't represented in the judiciary. We need more
Mhm.
Brown attorneys, more Hispanic attorneys. We need more Black attorneys because, unfortunately, especially in the criminal justice arena, a lot of our Black and Brown youth are
Mhm.
arrested, and they need representation that looks like them. It's only when you have an attorney, I
Right.
feel, not only, but a lot of times when you have an attorney that looks like you and knows what the collateral consequences of having a criminal offense on your record is, that you fight harder to make sure you keep that record clear. So even today, I've been in this field for 25 years now. We still need more Black and brown attorneys. So it's always my goal to talk to young people, to let them know about the legal field and that it is doable and that we need them to join us if at all possible, if they have any desire to join the legal field.
Mhm. I always tell people, I said we have people in law and we also have gangsters. So whichever so whichever one, I have it all in my family. So try me if you want to. But I wanted to ask you, yeah, try me if you keep trying me, try me if you want to. But I will say this, Tanisha, you're an inspiration to me. I mean, because it is so good to have people in your family that you're proud of. I mean, I'm really proud of you, your sister, and also have other family members that are in the law field.
Mhm.
You know about my niece that grew up with me. She's a prosecutor in Dallas. We also
Yeah,
have another older cousin of mine. My first cousin is also an attorney in Austin.
yeah,
So there's
Albert. Mhm.
yes, so we have a lot of, and it's a few more. So we have that in our family, which I think is an awesome thing. Or when you wake up, do you feel proud of yourself, like from where what you have accomplished in such a short time?
I mean, I guess I do. I think I feel more that I'm making my father proud. So I
Yeah.
definitely feel that. But I don't feel like I've accomplished nearly as much as I probably should have. And
Mhm.
that's probably because he set the bar so high. And when you set that bar high for children, they will reach for it if you set it high enough, right? We got to
Mhm.
stop thinking that these low bars are all that is expected, right? We
Mhm.
set those bars high, our kids will meet it. I'm grateful that in my own children, my oldest is just finished her second year of law school at UI
Oh my
Chicago.
God.
She'll become a lawyer next year, God willing.
Okay.
My middle boy, my son, is an investment banker on Wall Street in New York. So
Mhm.
and for a little while, we didn't even think he was going to graduate college because he was so bad. But you
Right.
just got to keep your foot up they behind and keep wiggling your toes so that they know,
Mhm.
look, I mean business. We need you to do this. And then my baby girl will be a rising senior at the University of Virginia. She believes she wants to follow her big sister and her aunts and her other family members in becoming a lawyer as well. So do I feel proud?
Wow.
I suppose I feel proud that I'm making my dad proud. But there's still so much more we need to do, so much
Mhm.
more I want to do to help the citizens of Travis County and to make sure they know that the local judiciary is here for them, and we're going to try to do all we can to make their lives a little easier as best we can.
Right, right. Have you ever considered starting your own law firm?
Well, that's how I started. When I came out of law school, I joined my husband. He was ahead of me. He was
Mhm.
2 years ahead of me in law school. He graduated from Georgetown
Yeah.
University Law Center. And so he had hung a shingle, and I just joined his practice. I focused on
Okay.
the mentally ill and mediation, and he was a litigator who went to trial. So, yeah,
Mm.
that's how we started.
I just got my a certification in mediation. I gotta talk to you
Wonderful.
about that. Yeah, I just got my certification, so I'm really proud of myself for that. Uh,
Absolutely. I'm proud of you too. I use the skills I learned in mediation school every day to settle
yeah.
cases as best I can, to bring parties together, to talk about their issues so that hopefully the court, myself, doesn't have to decide. Oftentimes, when a judge
Mhm.
decides, neither party gets exactly what they want. But if I can encourage y'all to sit down and mediate before you get to me, the resolution is often a little bit better. So,
Mhm.
congratulations on
Exactly.
obtaining your certification as well.
Thank you so much. And I wanted to ask you, what are some of the, I would say, challenges of being a wife and being a mother, and then having, balancing your professional life as well? That is a lot. Like, how did you do that?
It was tough. I was married for 25 years. We're now divorced, but we're good friends. We were together for 31 years of togetherness. It was tough.
Um,
I mean, we were very busy. But I think when you have that focus that you want to raise successful children, and that is something my ex-husband and I agreed upon. We wanted to build strong children that had a good head on their shoulders and who wanted to contribute to the African American community. And when you have that as a thought, then you'll come together and you'll do the right thing. So, I put my dinners on in the morning. I'm a big proponent of these kids don't need to be eating all this fast food. So I cooked in the mornings, used my roaster, my Dutch oven, let the food cook all day. When we came home from football practice and volleyball practice and cheerleading practice, dinner was ready. All I had to do was cook a couple of vegetables. Dinner was ready. We would eat, and then they do their homework, and by 10:30 we was in the bed. So I think if you have that goal, and it's the same thing my parents did for me. My dad was, again, they were both from farming families. My dad was like, y'all ain't gonna be eating all that fast food. We were athletes. We were speech and debaters. So my mom cooked every day, full meals. We participated in all the sports, track, basketball, volleyball, all of that. And then we got up and did the same thing the next day. So I think if you have that as your focus, that you are going to build strong children and provide a foundation for you. And if that's your focus, then that's what your focus will be. When cell phones came out and iPhones, and my kids was like, I want a phone. As long as I could, I kept that to a minimum. Okay, you'll get a flip phone or something like that. Because all of that social media, that's the wrong focus. You need to be focused on these books, right? So it was difficult. We were busy, but I think if you keep God first and you make sure and share that with your children, then there's not much you cannot do. So, and that's the focus we have for our kids.
Thank you. That's wonderful. I mean, you did come from a family, a mother and a father that promoted education. That and then you instilled that in your children. So basically, when I used to see you guys, I always thought of you as the Cosbys. I mean, I'm just like watching the Cosby show. But I see that you also, because I am a part of your family. I seen kind of your family, where you grew up and grew in with your family, your mother, your father, how caring they was, how they always were so proud of you. They always just always gave you accolades, and your father would always tell everybody at the family reunion what you guys were doing. He would talk about the grandchildren. I mean, he was just really, he was just really proud of you guys. And I see that that's another thing that probably built a lot of confidence in you, because you needed confidence being in the field that you're in.
Right. There's a lot of racism. I mean, and that racism exists today. We see it even today, right? The
Right.
pushback on DEI, the increase in immigration detainers. I mean, the majority culture at all times wants to sort of wipe away the Black and brown community and our contributions. But we have to continue to fight back. We have to continue to resist. We have to continue to instill in our young people that, look, despite what they say, you can compete against them on an even playing field with them all day long. Don't ever let them tell you that you can't. Racism was prevalent when I was coming up. I mean, I was applying to the University of Texas at Austin, and there were several people that didn't think a little chocolate girl from the sunny side of Oak Cliff should attend UT, right? But I overcame that obstacle. My sister overcame that obstacle. She went to the University of Texas at Arlington, but it wasn't easy. But if you keep that as your focus, you can do anything. And that's what we must continue to tell our young people, even in 2025, when all this pushback is occurring.
Has your oldest daughter, or even your youngest daughter, since they are one of them will become an attorney probably within the next year, the other one's following her footsteps. What are some things that you share with them about getting into law as a Black woman?
Just especially with the oldest, since she just finished her second year. Law school is all about that curve, right? And a lot of times they want to push the Black and brown people to the bottom of the curve. And I was very insistent from beginning because of her dad's experience, because of my experience. You go talk to your professors. You argue for every point on every test, on every paper.
I
Don't
do
ever
that now.
right.
That's not even in law. I'll be fighting for my points. You're gonna give me my
Exactly.
points.
Exactly. Whatever you do, don't ever let them think that you are just going to take it as it is. No, go
Right.
ask them. Well, why didn't I get a 95 or the 100? Why did I
I
get
be
the
asking.
85? Tell me
Right.
what I need to do different. And I'm going to
Mhm.
then respond and say, well, I think what you just told me I was supposed to be doing, I did. And if you don't think I did it, tell me what I didn't do.
See,
We
we
gotta keep that
relatives. I know
fight.
we blood. We
Yeah.
blood. Okay.
We
Yeah.
got to keep
Okay.
that fight within us. We cannot at any time say that the status quo is okay, because as we see, they are constantly pushing back on us. This whole redistricting plan that Trump has for Texas is ridiculous. Every day we need to tell people it's ridiculous. You cannot take representation away from the Black and brown community. And if you do so, we're going to fight you at every chance.
I know that's right. Wow. I wanted to ask you, what are some of the court cases? You don't have to go into detail, but what are some of the court cases that you have coming in your court that you have to, um, well, kind of like not what as a judge, you're not facilitating, you're gonna make a judgment, but I'm just asking like what are some of the cases that come to your
Sure.
court?
So in
Mhm,
this new role, we do both civil and criminal law.
mhm,
So on the civil side, we hear a lot of evictions. Post pandemic, we have a lot of people that lost their jobs or lost
mhm,
their livelihoods, and so the number of evictions greatly increased. So we see a lot of
mhm,
those. Post pandemic, as well, most people know that violent crime increased quite a bit because folks was at
mhm.
home,
Exactly.
and they weren't doing so well mentally, right? We had a lot of
Mhm.
depression and issues like that we were dealing with in the pandemic. So violent crime increased. So we've seen a lot of those cases. But we do what we can to make sure that people know there are services we can provide them in the eviction arena. Specifically, I try to make sure that our citizens know that there are eviction resources here, that Travis County will provide monies. If you've gotten behind, you just need to apply and we direct them to those resources. If you're a person that lost your driver's license, right, and you never got a license, we will give you an occupational driver's license if you apply here in my court.
Mhm.
There are many things that we try to offer so that the community knows, we are here to be of service as well. Certainly, most of the week I have to have my RBF face, like looking mean at people.
Mhm.
But we also try to provide resources. And then, of course, on Fridays and Saturdays, we do a lot of weddings. I have 14 weddings scheduled today. So we try
Mm.
to make sure that the public knows you don't got to go and spend $20,000 on a wedding venue if you don't have it. You can pay us $200 and we'll do your wedding for you, and you can bring
Okay.
everybody down. And we are happy to be of service to you.
Wow. Have you with me being in social media and I've seen a lot of things. I don't know. Well, I told you a lot about the thing that happened in Las Vegas where the other YouTuber was I guess cyberbullying him, and then they met each other in Las Vegas and on a live, the wife and the and the husband. Um have you ever had any cases in your court that had to do with cyberbullying or harassment of any kind?
Well, I was the night court magistration judge for the previous 7 years before I took this job. And even in this job, I have to support our 11 law enforcement agencies. So absolutely, I have to sign warrants on harassment cases, terroristic threat cases that involve cyberbullying where people may have
Mm,
gotten out of hand with one another, and I have to sign those warrants. So absolutely, as a defense attorney for the 20 years before I took the bench, did I represent folks that had those type of charges all day long? So I've also
mm,
been on that side of it. So yes, it's prevalent. It has become more prevalent as the social media use has risen.
mhm.
um, but we got to make sure and let folks know that it's not appropriate to threaten people online, and that you can't hide behind being online and think that you may not be issued a warrant.
So when they are served a warrant, what happens after that? It what it
Well,
say for instance if they're in another state, what happens after that?
they eventually have to show up in wherever jurisdiction where that warrant was signed, to attend court. If they do not attend court, then there is a subsequent warrant issued for their arrest. It's called a capias, where they are required to come to court, and to show and to appear and answer to those charges.
Okay, wow, that's pretty interesting. So, and you said that cyberbullying has been become very prevalent in today.
It has, because our social media use has just exploded,
Mhm.
and so people feel like it's okay to hide behind, my social media presence. Nothing will happen to me. But the laws
Right.
have changed. The laws have expanded based on social media use. So there are now uh, offenses against that, all the way from Class B misdemeanor to the felony level.
Wow. Okay. That's interesting. I wanted to also go into, with you becoming a judge, you kind of told me some of the obstacles that you've dealt with being a black woman um, and dealing with certain things. What are some other things that maybe you had to deal with that maybe could have been discouraging to you? Because I know it's a lot of challenging things, and sometimes things can be kind of discouraging in your profession, seeing certain things. Can
Yeah,
you go
I
on?
would just say, really, you realize, working in the criminal justice system, that it really is a racist institution. And that's why I say we always need more black and brown lawyers to fight against that. There are several times where I may
Mhm.
have represented a young black male or a young Hispanic male, and my young Caucasian male was immediately given, a deferred type of probation, where it's not a conviction on his record. If he successfully completed it, then, no conviction. Whereas, same offense, similar circumstances, my young black male or my young Hispanic male was offered prison time. You
Mhm.
gotta be willing to fight against that and remind the prosecutor or the state in whatever county that you are in. And believe me, I represented many minority folks in these red counties, because I traveled to the
Mhm.
surrounding contiguous counties of Travis County. And you have to be willing to fight them at every level and say, well, wait a minute. I had a Caucasian client, you gave him a deferred. You need to give my
Mhm.
young black male and my young Hispanic male the same offer. And too many times we see that doesn't always happen. Be willing to call that out and be willing to fight it at every turn.
Mm. Now, I'm just going to ask you. I don't know if you know this, like the percentage of, I would say, African American, Hispanic American judges that are women. Do you know the percentage of?
Don't, off the top of my head. We could probably Google it, but I know it's pretty low.
It's pretty low. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think there are less than 7% of attorneys are even African American. So you
Wow.
talking about judges, it's gonna be even smaller.
Smaller than that. Wow. So you have been basically tried, you've been through trials and tribulations to get to where you are today. What would you tell a young lady that's from the urban areas, just like you were from Oak Cliff, a little girl from Oak Cliff, or a little girl in Chicago that maybe was not encouraged like you were as a child, maybe didn't have the parents that you had, and
Mhm.
they wanted to go into the law field, but they didn't have the encouragement. What would you tell that little girl if you were in front of her?
I would say, you know what? You can do whatever you put your mind to. That's what I would say. And if you are interested in the law, or whatever field it is you are choosing to be a part of, reach out to people that will encourage you that are in your immediate vicinity and keep pushing forward. I am willing to mentor anybody that comes through your uh, podcast today, and to also get them in touch with anybody that's within their local community. You just have to keep pushing forward. I think if we let people know what we want to do, we oftentimes will find they're more than willing to help us get there.
Okay. What are some of your hobbies? Because there's a fun side of you. It's not all law, it's not all seriousness. What is some of the things that you enjoy doing? I want people to see you.
Well, I love to read, so I call myself a introverted extrovert.
Mhm.
When I have some downtime, I love quiet moments with a good book, especially at a beach. I love to travel. I
Mhm.
am a true Gemini. I've never met a
Oh
stranger.
Lord.
I have never met a stranger. I do possess the gift of gab, and I'll talk up almost anybody I meet to find
Okay.
out who they are and what they're about. And again, I love to travel, love going new places, love meeting new people. I love to dance. So there's a dance class I do regularly here in Austin. I love kizomba and salsa and bachata, all of that.
Mhm.
And all the line dancing too, country as well. So, and I love a good concert. So, absolutely. If you get me
Yes.
out, I'm the first person to order a drink and I'll buy you one too.
I know that's right. Hey, we need to go out. Well, one thing I do know about you, because I seen it for myself, she likes to dance. Because we was dancing at your sister's birthday party
I love it.
last year.
I
So
do.
that's one thing in our family. We like to dance. We like to
We
have a
do.
good time.
That's right.
So yeah, shout out to you. Well, it's getting close to 1 o'clock, and I know that you have some other pending things to do. But if anybody has any questions, that a couple of more questions that they would like to ask her, just type them in the chat. You are more than welcome because I want to give her time to get back to her job. So, but I had a great time. Did you have a great time?
I did. I appreciate you asking me to do this. I always want to push mental illness and getting support for those in our community with a mental illness. Again, we have to silence that shame. I also want to always push the judiciary and law, and in hopes that I can inspire other African American and Hispanic youth to join us. So I appreciate you giving me this availability on your podcast.
Yes, honey, because she is a busy lady. I mean, you've seen all of the things that she talks about her doing. So I was just thankful that she even gave me the opportunity to interview her, because this is actually the very first time I've had a blood relative to interview. So you're
Oh,
the very first blood relative that I've had on my live stream, and I just wanted to say how and I'll say it again, how so proud I am of you. It
oh,
is so good to
well,
tell
thank you. I'm
people.
proud of you too. Look at you with a whole podcast. I mean,
Yeah,
my
so
kids are going to be super excited when I send them the link. So
yeah,
they'll
yeah,
check
and
you
tell
out
them
as
to
well.
tell them to subscribe. And I'm just so super proud of you. I mean, it's just such a blessing to tell people about you, and I just enjoy it. And with your journey, not just with your journey, with your sister, all the people in our family that have actually made it in life and made a career for themselves and successful. You encourage me to keep going. You have no idea. You give me the motivation to be like, don't stop here, keep going. And so I'm so thankful
We
to
have to
have
keep
you a part of me.
encouraging each other. We have
Hmm.
to. So
Hmm.
I appreciate what you do as well.
Yeah. So I just really I'm like, thank God that I have this type of determination and perseverance in my family. You just have no idea how this type of stuff encourages me to just keep going further. Don't stop. And it don't matter what age you are, don't matter where you come from.
Nope.
to just keep going and doing what you do best. So shout out to Tanisha. I see that nobody else has any questions. And you know, like I said, I just want you to get back to your job. I know you're a very busy lady and I don't want to hold you up.
Yes. I have 8 more
So
people trying to get married today. So
okay.
we will
Well,
go
thank you
all the
so
way
much.
to 4:30 straight. So,
I know that's right. Well, thank you
anybody,
so much, Tanisha. And I'll give you a call a little later. Do you know how to drop down? You know how to drop down, or you need me to do it?
I,
Okay, I'll do it.
yeah, I don't even know what that means. Look, I don't
It
even know what
means
that.
okay, it just means to exit out. So I'll do
Oh,
that
okay.
for
Yes,
you.
I can exit. I see that button.
Okay. Love
Thank
you
you
to
for
Reese's
having me,
Pieces.
Selena.
Love you.
Love you too. Bye, guys.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for coming and being a part of my platform. Like I said, it's a good thing to be proud of your family. Like I said, I got both. I got gangsters that will come and see you, and then I got the other side. They in the law, so they trying to keep the gangsters out of the prison and jail. So, hey, like I said, you just never know who people related to. But shout out to Tanisha. She is a blessing to me. Her family is a blessing. She comes from good stock. So I'm really proud of her and proud of all of her endeavors. You said it's always dope to see our people sitting on the opposite side of law, right? Like I said, I got one both sides. So hey, it's good. I like to highlight, you know, those that are actually, you know, doing great things. So shout out to her, and she does great things in her community. Guys, that was all I had to say today. I appreciate my cousin, the Honorable Judge Tanisa Jeffers. Um, Thank you so much for the cash apps or super chats or memberships. I really appreciate that too. For you just guys coming through, pressing the like button, that's a blessing. Giving me a view. Thank you so much. And I might be back tonight. It just depends. So thank you for coming through. Love you to Reese's Pieces. Bye.
Selena.
It's a vibe, baby. Oak Cliff girl, can't make you change my world. Damn, you're so fine, girl. Oak Cliff girl, put them heels on and prove.
Welcome to Selena's Couch, where you are welcome to be free to be yourself. So you can lay your head on my couch, on my pillows.
It's all good, we can do whatever we wanna do now. I'm in my bag right now, and I got a feeling, babe, yeah. You gon' be my number one lover. Spend the night making love to each other, with the lights on top of the covers. Just me and you, babe. And I feel like you're my
Love you to Reese's Pieces.
Get you a word. Nana nana boo boo.